What's up? What's happening? What's poppin'? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys the daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here, and you haven't already subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel that you love so much. Help fuel the Eagles to a win past the Giants. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the brand new Jaylen Make It Hurt tee. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been making it hurt. And the last link is subscribe to our podcast, Tough Calls, where me and Dylan have some of your favorite sports analysts, reporters, former and current athletes chop it up with us on the pod. Guys, lastly, turn notification bells on because the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. And you don't want to miss a single video or live stream. Guys, it's preview day. Yes, one of my favorite days besides win day is previewing the matchup. So, first of all, the Eagles are 5-6 right now. The New York Giants are 3-7. They have been struggling. We have been building momentum. But this is a division rivalry game. We're going to be in New York at MetLife, not very far at all to travel for the Eagles, so that is good. And we have been better on the road. 4 of our 5 wins have come on the road, but this is a division game. We lost our only other division game to the Cowboys, but we didn't have our G figured out then. We got our G figured out now. But this game will not be a walk in the park. Now, the Eagles are more talented on paper, and we're going to get into some matchups. But this is going to be a very intense game in my opinion. First of all, the Giants fans were pissed last season when Doug Peterson pulled, that whole tanking against the Washington football team that messed up the Giants' hopes. I don't know what they were hoping for. I can't remember. A playoff, wild card, I don't know. But us tanking against Washington messed up their, playoff hopes. So the Giants was pissed from last season. Then during the draft, we traded up, got DEVONTA Smith right from under the hair on their chins. So basically, Giants, they got beef with us. We don't got beef with Giants. They just mad. You know what I'm saying? They got beef themselves. That's a single beef. That's one little thin patty. You know what I'm saying? That's a quarter pounder. Anyways, the Giants are going to be ready to knock us off, especially now since we feeling good, we feeling great. Guys, we're 5-6. This is a pivotal game because we can get back to 500. We can get to 6-6 for the first time since week 2. We haven't been at 500 since week 2. Also, after the Giants, we will have the Jets, which should be another win. So we would rise up to 7-6. I like that. But it all starts with the Giants to get us to 6-6. So we're going to look at the matchups. We're going to preview some matchups here. One of the biggest things, in my opinion, is we have to keep running the ball. We're currently number 2, y'all, in the league in rushing yards. In total rushing yards, we're number 2, baby. We're top 3, and we're not 3 in rushing yards. We're number 2 behind the Cleveland Browns. We have accumulated 1,687 rush yards. Y'all like that word, accumulated. You know what I'm saying? Racked up, stacked up, put up. 1.687K. Yeah, Nick Sirianni heard me when I was on here fussing and cussing about running the ball because he's been running the ball. Now, the Giants have a pretty average run defense, so we should be able to stuff the run game down their throat. Now, I don't know if, at this point of recording the video, I don't know if Jordan Howard will be back. It would be great to have that power back. But Miles Sanders is back. He's ready to go. He looked good last week against the Saints. And then also, let's not forget, we've got the Giant Slayer, Boston Scott, who has been starting to warm up a little bit. So we need to get the run game going. Like I said, the Giants' run defense is just average. I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's not great. It's just average. And also, so far this season, they have given up 1,100 rushing yards in their first 9 games. That does not include the game against the Buccaneers. In their first 9 games, they've given up 1,100 yards. In my quick math in my head, that's about 150 rush yards per game. I think I did that right. It's over 100 because 1,000 divided by 10 is 100. So 1,000 divided by 9 is more than that. So they're giving up over, I'm going to say about 150 rush yards per game up until week 9. That doesn't include the Bucks. Y'all, we dropped a 250 burger on the Saints, who came into the game having the #1 rush defense. We dropped a 250 burger on their head top. They were giving up an average of 79 rush yards per game. We tripled that. Run it up against the Giants. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to be even more important. I'm going to tell you why it's going to be even more important to run the ball against the Giants. Another great stat, in the last 2 games, the Eagles have had over 200 rushing yards in their last 2 games. Against the Broncos, we put up 200. Against the Saints, we put up 250. Now, the Giants secondary actually has some playmakers in the secondary, and that's why we have to get the run game going. So my number 2 is Jaylen Hurst, and the receivers have to continue to step up. We know that Jaylen Hurst has been looking his best these past couple of weeks because we've gotten the run going. Jaylen Hurst hasn't had to pass as much. Last game he attempted 18 rushing yards. He's near bottom in the league in passing yards attempted right now. We're looking great, and it's not by the strength of Jaylen Hurst's arm. It's by the smart decision making, of course, in the run game and the play action. Because like I said, he looks his best in the play action. So the Giants, they have a really solid secondary with Adoree Jackson, James Bradberry. Bradberry has 3 interceptions, y'all. 3 interceptions Bradberry has on this season. Like I said, we got to take care of the ball when we're throwing downfield. Like I said, I think the strength of their defense is definitely their secondary. And that's why I'm saying we have to get the run game going, because it might not always be there through the air. And just the way Nick Sirianni has been drawing up the plays, he hasn't really been drawing up a lot of plays for Jaylen Hurst deep. So we're not really going to expect that against the Giants. But like I said, James Bradberry has 3 interceptions. They also have a safety, Xavier McKinney. He has 4 interceptions and a pick 6. So between those 2 guys, they have 7 interceptions just between those 2 guys and a pick 6. Those guys will be ready to make some plays this coming Sunday at 1 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, my first key is to get the run game going, and then 2, Jaylen Hurst, which he has definitely been doing, making smart decisions. He hasn't been forcing anything. We definitely won't be able to force anything on this secondary because they have those playmakers that likes to make big plays. So, we can't force anything. Can't force anything to DeVonta Smith. Can't force anything to Dallas Goedert. And we got to get the run game going. My last key to the game is our corners. Our corners need to step up. Not step up. That's the opposite they need to do. They need to keep stepping. They need to keep doing what they're doing. Our corners have been playing extremely amazing. I step up. You know, I'm just talking. I shouldn't even use that terminology. Keep doing. Keep on keeping on. Keep doing. Our corners have to continue to have a big game. Our strength looked like was going to be our defensive line, but it's our secondary that's been going crazy for us. We got Darius Slate doing the darn thing. Back-to-back games with defensive touchdowns. Pick 6 last game. He had the fumble scoop for the touchdown the game before. We got Steven Nelson being locked down over there. And then we got our guy AVONTE MADDOX just got paid. AVONTE MADDOX, we're going to need you to earn that check this week against the Giants. Now, Daniel Jones, y'all know, I always say this about Daniel Jones. We can't give Daniel Jones any confidence because if Daniel Jones feeling himself, he gonna start playing above himself. When Daniel Jones start feeling himself, he start playing hot. Now, the defense, if we put the pressure on Daniel Jones is gonna look like what Daniel Jones looked like, a Duke quarterback. Now, how the heck is a Duke quarterback starting in the freaking league? This ain't the NBA, Duke. That's no shade at all. I was just surprised. But yeah, so Sterling Shepard has been their go-to guy so far this season. He has about 46 targets, but Daniel Jones has been spreading the ball around to his receivers because Kadarius Toney is right next with about 38 targets. Kenny Galladay has about 36. So Sterling, he doesn't have a heavy favorite. Yes, Sterling has most of the targets, but Kadarius Toney and Kenny Galladay are right there. So we're going to need everybody in the secondary to step up because all 3 of those guys can make plays. I know we want to talk about the Cowboys, 3-headed monster or whatever. The Giants have some playmakers in their wide receiver group. And then also their tight end, Evan Ingram. He's a big playmaker as well. He's getting heavy targets as well from Daniel Jones. So that's the one thing about this week. We're playing an offense that doesn't really have that one guy that Darius Slay needs to lock down. Like during the Denver Broncos, of course, it was Cortland Sutton. We needed to lock him down. The Saints, they didn't have any playmakers. You know what I'm saying? Alvin Kamara was out, and Michael Thomas was out for them. So that was a win we had where it wasn't, I mean, Darius Slay could just lock down their next best playmaker. Darius Slay put him on the best guy. When we played the Panthers, yes, they had DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, but they didn't have their big playmaker in Christian McCaffrey. So this week is going to be a lot different because we're playing an offense that has really 4 weapons. Daniel Jones likes to go to Sterling, Kadarius, Galladay, and Evan Ingram. So it's not like we're always going to be looking out for that one guy like we have been able to in a lot of our wins, except week 1, you know what I'm saying? We shut down all them boys. But guys, those are my keys. Those are my keys. And I think it's really going to come down to, like I said, will we be able to get the run game going? And then 2, how our secondary and how our defense overall is going to respond to this offense that has, like I said, so many targets for Daniel Jones. But guys, we're going to stay locked in. This is the road to 500, baby. I never thought I'd be so thirsty to see 500. Like, what? But like I said, I believe we can go to the playoffs where if we at least have more wins than losses, that's 9-8, baby. So we got a little 2-game cushion. Yeah, we can't blow it. But guys, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Keep rocking with me. Check out my links down below. Turn notification bells on. And until I talk to you guys next time.